Okay, I tried to tighten up my steering head bearings and they couldn't get any tighter. I tightened them all the way up and they couldn't get any tighter, and I didn't quite understand how this whole situation worked. And I've discovered that this has come broke from here because there's a weld around here. But if you look closely, it's kind of like this, and you can stick it in there and you can get the right angle as to where it's going to, or where it originally went. So you can get pretty close. And we're right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a whole bunch of magic pixies through it and try to reattach that. And with the aid of the lovely and gracious Elena, I'm going to be two hands working here. So let me get things kind of covered up the best way I can so it doesn't completely burn everything up. I might be able to support that a little bit using that. That might work. Get that in there just about right. About right. Let's see here. About right there. Now this will come up and down a little bit, so I'm going to pick a neutral kind of a center, and that way it's pretty straight, and see if that doesn't work. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm going to put a ground to her. Let's see if that'll work. Yeah, that's going to give me a little turn, isn't it? Maybe I can, yeah, I can adjust it right there. Now, hopefully this will work, because this electrode I have in here is old and wet. Hope it doesn't stick. Hope it doesn't catch something on fire. We'll go ahead and put that switch if you want to. Shut that welder off. Put that down. There you go. I think that ought to do it. We didn't burn up things too bad. And it's back in the same place it was. I'll have to finish that up a little bit, scrape it down, put a little more paint on it, I guess. If you want to see here, if you want to let me have that, I can show the audience everything. Thank you. And that ought to hold it fairly well. It's funny, I looked at that and I was like, well, how in the hell is that supposed to? Because as I was tightening it up, it would just draw the stem out farther and farther until it ran out of threads. And it would never take the slack out of the steering. Well, that's what's wrong with it. It was snapped off. And you just don't know, you know, when you're working on something you've never worked on before. Okay, well, let's get her put back together.